Hello. Listening to this video while doing something else is perfectly valid and viable way to consume this video's content. It would mean the world to me if you could stay for as long as you can. Thank you so much.
Hi guys, if any of you are new here, my name is Milo. I've had this YouTube channel since the 9th of April in 2017, which is 7 years ago. I have a series named Transformers Archives of Cybertron, and as I'm sure a lot of you are aware, Episode 4 Part 2 came out about 5 years ago at the time of this video's release. That's a really long time. How could I have spent all that time on one episode when the difference between Episode 4's 2 parts were only 344 days? That's 344 days compared to 1,835 days. So how did I spend 1,835 days without releasing the next episode of my series? There's a few reasons. 1. The Clone Trooper illusion. In episode 5, I had to make 3 figures look like 120 mass-produced soldiers that inhabit the space they're in and interact with each other despite often being the same figure. This led me to one of the earliest decisions of the production, which was that it would all be done with green screen and blue screen. This was so that the characters wouldn't look out of place within their setting if they were ever composited in. If everything was digital, then no composited soldier would look out of place. But that led directly to probably the biggest user of my time. Number 2, making every background in post. Every background scene in episode 5 after the first minute and a small section in a cockpit is a digital construction of different images. Not only would I often have to cut out my foreground and midground elements in order for the sky to remain consistent, but I also had to try and match each setting with the lighting so that it will all have a consistent look. Some of you might be thinking, well, that sounds necessary to complete the project. It is, just let me say one more thing. Number 3, moving backgrounds. Composited shots often need to be static, especially in low-level productions because it makes the process a whole lot easier. So when I decided to make this, I filmed it, and then I left it for 2 years. I did that because I was so scared that it wouldn't turn out the way I wanted it to that I just left it. I was scared to work on it because I wanted it to be perfect. Which brings me to the point of this video. Episode 5 has taken so long because I was too scared to release something that wasn't perfect. My work on episode 5 can best be described as frame by frame. Looking at details that go by in literal milliseconds that no one would reasonably notice, but I would notice. I would sit there and agonize over these details because I thought they mattered. I thought people would notice. But that's the thing. So what if they did notice? One of my favorite stop motions of all time is Toa Melee by AJ Suggs, formerly 𝓟𝓮𝓻𝓯𝓷𝓲𝓼. You may know him from this video. Or not, you know, I'm an old man now or whatever. Toa Melee is a stop motion showing barnacles fighting each other with the undertone that the person they are fighting is their comrade. Only he's been mind controlled by a skull spider on his face. The movements have such a raw energy, and the narrative storytelling that occurs through this nearly wordless animation is so prevalent I can feel it. And you know what that feels like? It feels fun. Fun. I believe that the end result of a solo stop-motion animator working by themselves shouldn't be making everything perfect. It should be making it fun. I guarantee if you are making a stop-motion and you aren't having fun, chances are the audience won't have that much fun either. I think episode 5 is going to be really interesting to watch because, in a weird way, it's a bizarre documentation of how my style and attitude had changed over 5 years. From super serious stop-motion film to Now I know what you're thinking, Milo, I'm a bit confused. What's the takeaway here? Am I not supposed to spend time on my stop-motion until it looks good? No, you need to make something that you're proud of and happy with, but never ever hold yourself to the standards of perfection. Nothing, I repeat, nothing can ever be perfect. Imperfections showcase who we are, and that's never something we should try to hide. I need to be brutally honest with you guys. This video is for me. It actually doesn't matter how many views this gets. I need to know. I need to see my face saying it. Milo? Don't waste your life. You have an incredible gift. And when you started in 2013, this is all you wanted to do. And then it turned into something that you were scared of. And that you didn't think you wanted to spend time on because it wasn't work, it was for fun. So putting in the extra work would be the wrong usage of your time. But I don't think that's true. I think if stop motion is your hobby, then you deserve to not be held to the standards of a film. Because that's what you've always wanted to do. You always wanted to make... That's what I always wanted to do. I wanted to make a show that people could look at and be like, whoa, that's basically an official show. You know? Wow, that's so mind-blowing how this one guy can make something that feels like an entire production studio made it. That's impossible. You are one man. You're very talented, and you deserve to think of yourself as a talented person. But you are not an entire production studio. You can't make something that feels like an actual show all by yourself. Animating, editing, sound designing, voice acting, casting, directing. You do all of that, and you make something that's pretty fucking good. Yeah. Milo, have fun. Don't get bogged down. Just make something that you can have fun with. And I guarantee that'll make it more fun to watch. Don't worry about every detail. Don't go frame by frame. Don't fix something that doesn't need every fucking detail ironed out. It doesn't. It's okay to transform a stop motion series. It's not even your property. It's not even your property, man. Yeah. Yeah. That last bit was for me, but I really hope that this resonates with a lot of you. Perfectionism can be a blight on almost any profession. I didn't realize how much it could ruin you. And after talking about it, I'd say I feel a lot better. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.